I don't know what came with the phone, you know? Yeah, bro. Yeah, this is like totally hooked up to my phone right now.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10. No, yeah.
And then wondering why it's not like fucking... like, why does it sound the same even when he does this?
Yeah.
You know? Because it's not plugged in, that's why. So, Sanibonani Amabearcubs, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're interviewing, what did you say, 30 or 25?
30 or 25, yeah, we'll go with 25%.
25% of Sludge Underground. What is Sludge Underground exactly?
So, Sludge Underground is a platform for artists and creatives to have a voice for their music. So, it was created as something for people to actually have the opportunity to talk about who they are as artists, and for just a regular person to find out more about artists that they might enjoy. And it's something that spawned out purely for the love of South African music. It was founded by Marcel Smuts, who is the founder of Sludge Underground, and he approached me when I moved down to Durban and said, hey, like, I'm really passionate about the music scene, I know you are too, do you want to do something about it? And this is where we are, this is what it turned into.
Oh, that's so cool! So when it started out, did you have that thought that this is specifically for people who want to find out more about the Durban music scene, or did that kind of happen as you realized it became that thing? So now you're taking up that title. Yeah,
so it was initially, it was twofold. It's for the artists and for the people as well. So there was a gap in the market of people don't have like platforms to find out about South African music. So while initially it was heavily focused on Durban musicians, that was just a result of how we were doing it. We hadn't actually figured out that we could do this online, that we could speak to artists irrespective of where they were in the country. So yeah, initially it was heavily focused on Durban artists, but it's become more of a holistically approaching South Africa and South African music as a whole.
Can you tell us more about the members about Sludge Underground, like just a little bit more about Nas or...
So I'll start with Nas because this shit does not function without him. Like Nas is absolutely the backbone of Sludge Underground. He is also the drummer of THORNS of IVORY, which is the band that we're both in. And yeah, he's just an absolute unit of a human being. He just does not stop. We've got Meegs, who's in the background as well. Meegs handles a lot of the nitty gritty stuff, a lot of the stuff that myself or Nas wouldn't even consider. And that's like a lot of the legal stuff, the implications of what if, branding and all those type of things as well. Andile handles a lot of the hip hop stuff. He will interview a lot of the hip hop artists and those type of things. And there's me, who is just a fucking dipshit. So I'm here, like I'm along for the ride.
Is that like your title in the like the sludge kind of circle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm the resident moron. Everything about me is a poor choice. My name on Twitch is Poorest Life Choices.
That's lovely.
Even on TikTok, I'm Poor Life Choices.
Poor Life Choices.
I've embodied the persona.
Being a poor life choice.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know. It's a pretty sick life if you ask me. Please let the audience know how many guitars you have, including the bass.
7. I have 7 guitars.
It's a problem.
No, that is a poor life choice. That is definitely a poor life choice. Yeah, it's problematic, but guitar go brang.
The guitar go brang.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Got some sick guitars everywhere. I was actually, what was that one guitar that I wanted to like steal?
It's an Ibby. It's an Ebenezer. It's RG. The Floyd Rose.
I'm gonna steal that from you. That's mine. That is mine.
It's my newest acquisition. My poorest, most recent poor choice.
I think I really just need one with like a, what's it called? A fixed bridge. Is that the word?
Oh yeah.
I just really need, and also fixed bridge and the thing at the nut. Does that come with the bridge?
Yeah. So that's part of the whole Floyd system, and
yeah.
So that the lock-in and all that shit.
Yeah. What was one of your favorite bands or like musicians to interview in your whole sludge experience?
Oh shit, man, that's a difficult question. There's been a few. Like digging through the archives, it would probably be Satanic Dachoji.
Okay.
Because Pete is just a menace. Shit, man. There's been Sons of Shem, Durban bands. Was also, that one was a lot of fun.
Is that on your YouTube?
Yeah, well, it's on Buzzsprout, or you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Or
Okay. You guys have a please plug as well.
Yeah, so you can find us on Spotify. So Spotify podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you go into Buzzsprout, you'll find us there as well. But that's more for people very specifically looking for podcasts. But yeah, like YouTube is more recent with the visual stuff.
Okay.
But largely up until now, it's been purely audio. So the big bulk of episodes is purely audio. I've gotten to speak to a lot of my like heroes, like Facing the Gallows, like Red Helen. The wildest one I got to do was Enter Shikari.
Never.
Enter Shikari is quite is legendary in the metalcore scene. For the anyone who knows Enter Shikari will fucking know what that means. But when they came to South Africa for Ramfest, so that was really fucking cool.
Okay, cool.
That's the wildest one though.
In recent years, what is your opinion on like the South African metal, rock, alternative, punk scene? Like, what are your opinions on it? What do you see fading away, and what do you see slowly rising?
So it's definitely like a resurgence. I'm seeing a lot more. One thing that I'm really stoked about is I'm seeing a lot more young people getting involved in music. I'm running into a lot more younger guys who are stoked about picking up an instrument, stoked about making music, and just in so many different genres and so many capacities. And that is something that's really fucking cool. Because I remember when I was a teenager, like, there were so many people around me starting bands and doing things, and it kind of like faded away for a couple of years. You know, there wasn't any new bands. It was just the same faces over and over again. And COVID obviously happened, and I think what happened during that frame was a lot of kids picked up instruments because they didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And
now we have all these sick bands.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of bands coming out of it. I mean, in recent memory, you know, Poster Boy came out.
Yeah.
Scrubs has been around. I mean, Scrubs' drummer is still in matric.
You
know, so it's absolutely fucking mind-blowing to see. I love it so much.
What would be your advice for someone going into like the scene, whether they're a musician or just someone viewing the stage? Like, what would be your advice?
Be kind, be respectful.
Okay.
You know what? Like, they're generally very welcoming. They might not look it. You know, like, alternative people generally look scary. Like, I can guarantee you most of the time they're stoked to see you.
Okay.
Like, the bands are stoked to see new faces.
Yeah.
As always. And then just don't be scared to be a part of it. Don't be scared to be more involved. Don't be scared to, you know, be a part of a band's fandom and, you know, do things with them. In terms of going out to support their shows, if they want people to be part of a video or if they want you to interact with them, like, don't be scared to do those things, because honestly it helps everything. It helps grow the fan base, it helps grow the community, it helps grow that band's image overall, and just helps with that sense of community.
I had a comment from one of my classmates' dads, and he said, because I don't know how old he is, but he was a jockey for, I forgot which band, but he was a jockey for them, and he would like carry around the equipment and stuff, and he said Durban scene, the metal scene is very, it's always kind of never broke its own bubble. Like, it's very intense, and it's very real, and it's amazing, but it's never kind of broken out of its shell. Do you feel that?
I think someone who put it in the best words was Brandon Kayat from Sons of Shem, and his words, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it was Brandon who said this, and it sounds like something he would say, is Durban is the biggest small town. Okay? Because there are a lot of big bands that have come out of Durban.
Yeah.
Okay, like there are Volverdinho are originally from Durban. It's one of the biggest like international touring metal bands at the moment from South Africa.
Oh, cool.
Black Math are from Durban. Yeah. There's a couple of others. Now, I'm not originally from Durban myself, but I know of these guys. But yeah, it was a problem where Durban got really isolated in general. Even if you look at international acts coming over, it's always Joburg, Cape Town, and there's very few international artists coming to Durban. And
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's largely because of just Durban's like music infrastructure. It just kind of fell away at some point.
Oh.
A lot of like the power players dipped out, and no one took their place. This is headcanon. This is like a personal theory. Is that a lot of the big guys stepped away. You know, either they just got older or moved on to bigger things in their life or different things. But when they stepped away, no one stepped up to fill their shoes, and that just left a vacuum, like a complete vacuum, and it just slowly but surely faded out from there.
Yo, do you think that resurgence that you mentioned previous, the aforementioned resurgence, is that the reason for the vacuum as well?
So the resurgence is more recent, like in the last 2 years or so.
Okay,
Like there's this gap I'm talking about is probably like in the last 5-6 years or so.
Okay.
So, you know, losing the Winston, COVID, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The Winston closed as a result of COVID, but you know there were places like Burn, Red Door, and stuff like that. Those places were already gone by the time I moved down here. Okay, and I joined in already at the tail end of the Durban like alternative music scene, where things had really just started dying down.
Yeah.
And only now is there some like kind of sign of life being breathed back into it, like with proper vigor. Just edit out me fucking coughing, please.
No, that'll be the intro for the video. That'll be like, you know, like a zoom on. From a perspective of a musician and being on stage, what is it like playing live and like seeing people like get like jacked in the mosh pit, like just people like fall over and like lose an eye, you know?
Honestly, it is one of the most rewarding experiences as a musician. Is just seeing people enjoying what you're doing, and playing on stage it's addictive. It really is. It's something that you just end up really enjoy doing and you really love. Honestly, 10 out of 10 recommended. And if you have stage fright, even more so, because you'll probably it helps you get out of it.
And also, I think from like that risk, like if you have stage fright, there's a lot of like when you're on stage, there's so much like if you have stage fright and you go on stage, there's so much anxiety, and I think you risking that anxiety, without risk, there's no reward. So like, the more you don't want to do it, the more you should do it, because you'll feel great afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some fucking hilarious like horror stories of me on stage doing stupid shit.
Oh, please do tell. Please do tell.
One of my favorite memories, I think it was like my second ever show. I didn't have any concept of I could just stop playing for a second and sort my shit out. But my mic stand hadn't been tightened properly, so what happened is that every time the drummer hit the drum mic, it would just slowly but surely just shift the mic a little bit more and more away. So basically what happens is like the band is facing like this way, and like a third way through the song, I'm like fucking here. I'm like, I've got my back to the crowd because I've just followed the microphone. So I've just like slowly but surely like edged around and around and around and just followed the microphone. So eventually I'm facing my band with my back to the crowd and they're fucking laughing at me because they don't know how to deal with it either. I mean, like we'd all been in like a church band up until that point. Like the fun fact, I'm originally a worship team boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn, I would not expect that from your.
Yeah, I'm originally used to play in the church band and the youth church band.
Are you close with the pastor?
Bastard turned my amp down. I will never fucking forget that pastor. I'll never forget it. It's been like 15 years and I still haven't fucking forgotten.
It's almost 4:20.
No, fuck yeah. I had a friend as well who used to play in a band called As Fate Will, and I remember he used to stop playing guitar and would go and do vocals with the band's vocalist. And for whatever reason, someone had wrapped the mic around the stand that day. So he stopped playing and intended to take the mic off and go stand with the vocalist, and he just couldn't get it fucking unwound. So he's kind of standing there with this half unwound mic with a mic stand and just awkwardly like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do anymore. I lost a shoe on stage. It's...
What's been like your most like, I don't want to say near-death experience, but like scariest live performance story?
I'm actually pretty lucky here. Like I haven't
no one's ever pulled a knife on you.
No. Like I've never. I've played some dodgy venues, but I've never actually had like any harrowing stories.
Okay.
I mean, I did see a guy like tripping on acid once, spinning in a circle, but
That's
didn't really affect me.
He's in his own world.
Yeah,
He's in his own world. What's the venue you are like itching to play at? Like, what do you like really want to go and play at again?
Sonage, honestly. I was at Sonage over this past weekend.
Yeah,
Sonage is one of like the best venues in the country at the moment, man. Just from the way that the stage is set up, to the lighting, to the sound. There's some of the best people in the scene working there. And man, just one of the best places. It used to be like Rumors. Rumors used to be like top of the line. I don't know what happened with Rumors in recent years, though. But yeah, there's a couple of venues in Cape Town that look really sick as well. But off the top of my head, I don't know much about the Cape Town scene.
Has Thorns ever played out of like KZN or out of Durban? And will they play?
Yeah, we played last year. We played more shows out of KZN than we played in it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. What's been your experience with interviewing people? Like how do you naturally kind of like, how's it the Sludge Underground? Like how do you kind of?
So in like terms of the Sludge Quickies, like in person, or just generally interviewing bands and artists?
So like Sludge Quickies and like you did an interview with Keegan and Josh, the ex Poster Boy drummer, like even like the long videos, like that sort of stuff.
That's largely just time. So we've really gotten used to talking to people over time. A large part of what I used to do for work was talking to strangers. So I mean, I used to work in a bank. So my day in, day out was talking and connecting with strangers that I didn't want to connect with.
Yeah.
So you develop, it's a skill set as well. You develop a knack for it. I am very passionate about talking to people and learning things about them. That job unfortunately made me despise a lot of things. So being out of it and being away from it, it's definitely helped like rekindle that love.
Can you tell us about your the Wacken experience for you guys?
Oh man, dude, that's what, like performing in it or being part of it for this weekend that passed?
Like specifically the latest Wacken. When was it? Last Saturday?
It was the Saturday that passed. Yeah, it was last week Saturday.
Just tell us all about last week Saturday as the Sludge Underground co-host, co-owner, and as a band who performed there.
In the Sludge capacity, Sash. So the whole thing is organised by this lady named Sash, Sash Keto, and she is a teacher for her day job.
Wow.
But she organises the biggest Pan-African metal gig in history.
Wow.
So this is, I mean, from not just South Africa, Angola, Kenya, Mozambique, Namibia. There's bands coming from all of these countries for this event.
Yeah.
Okay. The support that pulls through, just the production, everything, that weekend was unfucking believable. I was there for 9 hours and I fucking loved every minute of it. And the bands that played were absolutely phenomenal. Like, if you think South African metal is dead or does not exist, holy fuck, pull your head out of your ass. Because if you look at the quality of any of the bands that played at that weekend, holy shit, they will rival some of your favorites who are internationals. And I don't even say this like unironically. Like, if you look at a band like Middle Grounds, who were the closer for the night, who they were last year's winners, Lefokolori, who opened for them.
Oh, they're great.
The bands like Your Cynical Sanity from Durban were there. They played in the finals. There's a band from Cape Town called Doom Trigger. Holy shit. Okay, there's Human Nebula. The guys who won Sunken State. Fucking crazy. You look at As Night Fades from, I believe it was Namibia, there was last year's Tragedy from Kenya. These guys are unbelievably fucking good. And on par with just about any of your international artists that you would enjoy. So,
they have like Spotify's and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much every band that was there has music out to some capacity.
In terms of creating music, how do you go about it?
Shit, like it's largely about inspiration and listening to other music. Like a lot of the time, I'll become obsessed with a band, and I'll tend to either like I'll learn a lot of their music, and sort of write things, see how they approach music and learn from there. So it could be come up with a riff and then just structure things out from there. Usually it takes one idea and expand from there. Or, yeah, I don't know. It can be a bit tricky sometimes. Sometimes it could just be a mental breakdown and then a whole song comes out of it. I don't fucking know. I could cry myself to sleep and then write a song. Those are generally the best ones, though. Those are generally, like, every good song I've written has some kind of mental breakdown attached to it.
That's lovely. Story behind curtain calls one.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I wrote the music for that, nothing else. Matt writes the lyrics.
And so you used to play at a church?
Yeah, I used to be in a church band. Yeah. Ranfantine Baptist.
What happened? Repeat that.
Ranfantine Baptist Church.
Okay, cool.
You have no idea where Ranfantine is, do you?
No, I do not. I just said that's great. That's great. Where?
This is literally the West Rand, the Wild West.
Wow.
Feels dope.
I'm gonna act like I know what that is.
Yeah,
Just for you. What happened after that?
Man, just time, life. Moved on to different things. Started working. I was obviously out of school and just drifted. Controversial things, just not liking how churches do things, and you tend to drift away from it from there.
Okay.
I don't have the most like positive outlook on religion in general.
Yeah.
But it can still respect your beliefs as long as you are respectful to others.
Yeah, totally.
So
man.
that's.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down a deep rabbit hole there if we carry on. With
If we continue walking down this path, this is gonna be a very long
super
recording.
like philosophical.
How did you meet Nas?
So I moved down to Durban in 2016. He was good friends with the vocalist of the band that I was in from Joburg. And when I moved down, she messaged him and was like, "Hey, our bassist is moving down. If you know anyone looking for a bassist, just let him know." And Naz hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you by any chance play guitar?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of, I guess." And
Kind of guess.
and I did, and that's how I ended up in Thorns of Ivory.
Sick, dude.
And that's how I ended up meeting Naz, yeah.
I think that's about it, man. You stream on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
You stream. Is that for fun or like do you like make profit?
Yeah, that's just for funsies.
Just for funsies,
yeah.
okay, yeah. What's a band you want to see come back?
South African.
Yeah, a South African band for sure.
Shit, there's a few, man. There's a
top
band.
top five.
There's a band that fucking no one's gonna know, but it's called Burning Blue. And this band had the biggest impact on me becoming a musician and getting into playing live and just improving, like, as a musician, as a guitarist, and as a band. And Burning Blue was so fucking cool. Their songs were so good. And I know the guys are out there doing things individually, but if I could ever see that band live again, dude.
Do you think a lot of the current music that like a lot of the current bands are making, do you think it's, I don't want to say good, but do you enjoy it? Like, do you?
There's a lot of things that guys are doing that I really enjoy these days. Like, there's a lot of South African bands that I won't say just go listen to them. Like, I listen to them like casually in my free time as well.
Yeah.
You'll get bands like Sunken State, like Doom Trigger, like Black Math. I listen to a lot of Man as Machine. I think they're on like an indefinite hiatus. But I thoroughly enjoy their music. Savage Lucy is a band that I listen to. It's a local band that I listen to a lot. I still listen to Hated Related, which is Baron Harley's old band, which I don't even think is still that. I don't think that's going either at the moment. And yeah, there's a lot of South African bands that I listen to day to day, whose music I really enjoy.
Okay, cool. I fucking cough.
Dude, I know. And it's like I've barely coughed this whole day, and now that we're doing this, my throat's like, "What's up, buddy? You're doing something on camera." How about fuck you?
I think I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. I don't want to have. Did you just cough again?
I did.
I didn't even register.
Yeah, it's immediately slipped out.
You're gonna go like red in the eyes from like holding it in. You're gonna pop a blood vessel.
and just go listen to South African music.
Yeah, dude.
Go on a rabbit hole.
Totally,
Go.
man.
Find a band, support them, make them your personality. Just please, they need it.
Listen, I want to laugh to that because haha, it's funny, but it's also no, it's like the truth. It's like the truth. Like me, that's me with Poster Boy. I think just because my initial like, just the initial friendliness that Simon gave to me, and just how cool he was, even though he was like this rock star in a pink tutu on stage.
Unironically,
so yeah.
Unironically, Poster Boy is definitely, like, in my opinion, becoming a gateway band.
Yeah,
for a lot of people.
I just think it's like the branding and their kind of music.
Yeah, and it's just how they're reaching people as well, and I can respect that. Like, irrespective of what other things might come about, I can genuinely respect that. Like, a band's definitely becoming a gateway band.
Yeah, because I think my initial concert or like show that got me into the whole thing was at Stump Nose, when Stump Nose was still Stump Nose.
Yeah.
And I saw it was Static Cat, Yowie Tang, and then I always forget the other two. I'm sorry, I always forget the other two. Talked about how that was like my first introduction to that, and ever since then, just how cool Simon was. On the 4th of November when they played at Stumpy, I asked him for a photo, and just the way he responded, I was like, okay, so there is like a lot of familiarity in a sense, because they're all just a bunch of like cool dudes, you know. They're all just a bunch of adults, young adults who just want to play music, and that's what we all kind of come together for, is that like that, you know, or that, you know. Yeah, I get you 100%.
I
never thought of it like that.
It's something that occurred to me at the Le Focolori show, the Aces Pizza gig, is that like that show is one of the first shows where I've seen predominantly new faces. Like, because I've been going to shows like what 13, 14 years. You get to a point where you see the same faces all the time. Like, you see a lot of and yes, I did see a lot of familiar faces, but I saw a lot more new faces that I hadn't seen before, and a lot of them that I spoke to, especially obviously doing the Sludge Quickies, is a lot of them it was their first ever show. Like for you as well, it was one like your second or your third. And
it was my first time seeing the Focolori.
Yeah, but like in terms of actual shows, I mean, there was a couple of like, there's a girl named Shan
Bell.
Yeah, Shan Bell.
No, we all know each other. It's like a family.
Like, these guys are like, I'd never seen them before, and they're all quite young, to my perspective at least.
They are young.
And it's so fucking rad to see so many new faces.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes me so fucking happy. Because if I go to a show and I just know everyone, it's cool. But
like,
at the same time,
new people, that means like
things aren't stagnating.
Yeah, things are actually they're slowly expanding.
Exactly.
And I really want to see all of the bands I see now be like in America, Germany, Japan. You know, I want to see these guys get big so that more people can really see there's good music if you look for it. Like, there is such, like you said, these guys are literally on par with people you know who are who do like international tours per year. You don't have any questions. You don't have any.
I'm always. It's been pretty weird to be asked questions this time around.
Because you always ask the question. How does it feel? Do you feel pressured? Do you feel nervous?
Not really. I'm so used to the shit by now.
I think that's it for now.
Sweet.
For now. I don't actually have an outro, but I'll check you guys in the next video, bro. Yeah, like to check you.